Good afternoon, Colin here with Techout. It's actually almost 4 in the morning when I'm recording this, but I'm a night owl and I was just playing around with some stuff on my OnePlus Open, so I figured I would make this video and get it up for you guys. I'm not too sure exactly when all this went down, when it stopped, but this is going to be the last beeper update from me unless something major happens. But Beeper Mini has been removed from the Playstore. Mine hadn't been working for a while, but I figured I'd mess around with it a little bit and redo the registration code and reinstall the app and see if that fixed it. When I went searching for the app in the Play Store after I deleted it, it's not there anymore. So it looks like that is dead and Beeper has said that's it. So they've removed it from the Play Store. Beeper Cloud was working for me, but I had some issues with the group chats I was in having like my phone number, like I was showing as part of the chat with other people as my like secondary number, so it was kind of like jumbled up after I reinstalled that last time. So in an attempt to fix that, I disconnected from iMessage on the Beeper Mac app. I regenerated the registration code, and when I signed back in, everything signed back in, but it was no longer sending or receiving chats. And when I tried to start chats, it wasn't saying, it wasn't finding that person on iMessage. So it looks like the registration code method using Beeper is also not working anymore. If you have it connected, it still works sometimes. I was having an error message saying it was disconnected from the server, and if I backed out of the chat thread and went back in, I could still send and receive. But it was just on its last leg, very unreliable. Probably going to stop working any day now if it still somehow is working for you. Once whatever token or registration method you're connected with expires and it goes to re-authenticate, I'm going to guess it's probably going to stop working. So I've deleted all the Beeper stuff from my Mac, from my phone, and that is that. We are no longer going to be trying to use Beeper. It was good while it lasted. I really enjoyed the app. I've been using Beeper Cloud for months with no issues, but what really got them in trouble was when they did Beeper Mini and they were able to basically get you on Beeper without using those Mac servers. And I don't know, maybe they can go back to that using the Mac servers, because basically that was just signing into your iMessage account on a remote Mac and pushing the messages to the app. So I'm guessing they could probably go back to that if they wanted to, but I don't really think that method was cost effective for them running that for free, having to upkeep the Macs and the servers and stuff like that. Then Beeper Mini came out and they could have everything on your device, and Apple killed that like 3 times, and they said once they killed it again they weren't going to be bringing it back because it wasn't sustainable to be running this cat and mouse game with Apple. I know there are some things going on the government side of things with some legislators and the Department of Justice and stuff like that, with looking into some anti-competitive stuff with Apple killing this off multiple times. Don't know if that'll go anywhere. If it does, maybe we'll get to see this come back. But as of right now, I'm done with Beeper. I use my phone for work. I message people, for work, so I can't be missing chats while I'm at work and stuff like that. So the disconnection and stuff like that from Beeper that was randomly happening where the server was just like, nope, gone, and I wouldn't realize I had messages, just can't be a thing anymore. So we are done with Beeper, and it looks like Beeper is pretty much done with itself as well. Of course, you can still use Beeper Cloud to bring your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your Facebook, your X DMs, all that kind of stuff. You can bring that into one app with Beeper Cloud. But as far as the iMessage connection, I just wouldn't try anymore. If you do still want to use iMessage on Android, I recommend something like AirMessage or Blue Bubbles that you can run on your own Mac as a server, and basically that just relays your incoming messages from the Mac to the app, which I may try in the future. I do have AirMessage running on a 2007 iMac, but like I said, I'm not relying on a Mac that old and something like that as my main messaging platform. So I might try out Blue Bubbles, but I would have to run it on my MacBook Pro, and my MacBook Pro isn't on 24/7, so I don't run any of the messaging server stuff like that on my main machine. That's why I'm running AirMessage on such an old iMac. But maybe if I find something, 2014, 2018, something like that, Mac Mini, where I can run Blue Bubbles, I'll try that out. Blue Bubbles has a lot more functionality in terms of sending read receipts and clearing your chat notifications when you read a message. The thing I hate about iMessage is it doesn't connect like that. So when you read a chat on iMessage, you still have your notification on your iPhone or your Mac or your iPad. And at the end of the day, I don't want 200 message notifications of messages that I've already read, but they just haven't been cleared out. That kind of stuff worked with Beeper. Beeper, you know, when you read a message on Beeper, it also cleared the notification on your Mac, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever it may be. It recognized that the message was read, and it would show it as read for the other person with the, you know, the receipts on there. It doesn't work on iMessage. It does work on the newer versions of Blue Bubbles though, but again, I need a newer machine to run that. So that's where we're at right now with the iMessage on Android. It's not important to me. I've told you guys that from the beginning. It's not important for me to iMessage from my Android phone. It was nice because of the rich communications. The pictures were better. You know, just overall the typing indicator, the receipts, all that kind of stuff was nice to have on Android. And the main reason I used it was because I do use an iPhone as well. I do use a Mac. I do use an iPad. So when I wanted to use a secondary phone like the OnePlus Open or the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 or whatever Android device it may be, it was nice to always be on iMessage because that's what the majority of, you know, the people I know, that's what they use. So to be able to just constantly stay on iMessage and not have to switch from SMS to iMessage was very nice. And I had all my chats in one place no matter the device I'm on. I can't get, you know, I can use SMS on iPhone by disabling iMessage and just stay on SMS on everything, but it doesn't transfer my messages that way. I could still see my chat history and all that kind of stuff on all my devices, no matter what I was using that day or that week, and it was just nice to have. So that's why I was doing it. It had nothing to do with, oh, I need to be a Blue Bubble on somebody else's phone. I could care less about that. Half the people I know don't really pay attention to blue, green, doesn't matter to them. You know, if I switch phones, some people are like, oh, you're on your Android today because the bubble's green, but that's the gist of it. So, you know, it kind of sucks that it's gone, but it's gone, and it's not working anymore. So, like I said, I'm done with it unless something major happens, but right now that is the last Beeper update of the channel. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, have a great day.